Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hayakunna Allah. This tutorial is an introduction to Mushtaqat al-Ism, the derived form of nouns, part of the Learn Arabic series. In this lesson, you'll be introduced to the Arabic root and pattern system. I'll also quickly go through the extra letters that can be attached to nouns in order to create new words. As well, we'll study the different form or patterns of nouns, the actual derived forms of nouns. To begin with, let's take a look at the two processes used to build Arabic words and the color codes or highlights I use to distinguish them. So the first one, the lexical morphology, is actually taking a root, a minimum of 3 letters, and attaching letters to it to build new words. These new words have a slightly different meaning, but still they connect together to the root. So for the first words, the examples here are sakana. Sakana means to reside. You see in the second word, I attached an extra alif in the middle, so it became sakin. Sakin here means resider. So it is actually the person living there, so it's connected to second actually. And the third word, masakin, you see the additional letters, there are 2. There's one in the beginning, the meme, and also an alif in the middle. So masakin, these are the accommodations or the houses that people live in, so it's still connected. These 3 new words, or these 2 new words actually connect to the root meaning of the original word. So this is one process used to build new Arabic words, and this is what we're going to focus actually in this week and the following week as well. The second process is actually totally different, so it's attaching affixes. So these are different words, separate from the root itself and the stem. So in this case, bisakiniha, if you want to look at the original word, the stem in this word, we'll color code it with the different codes than the first. So here you see there's a preposition attached to the beginning of the word and a pronoun to the end. While sakin is right in the middle here, it's the base word, which is the second word up here. So this is a totally different process with its a different color code. The same thing with the second word. If I were to color code it, you'll see wa here in the beginning and a pronoun in the end, and masakin right in the middle. This is the base word here, which is actually the third word on top. So with totally different meanings and only new words attached to them. This color code will be explained to you further in the lessons. Going back to our lesson, one thing to remember is that building Arabic words by attaching extra letters to the root is a property of only nouns and verbs. As some of you might already know, that the Arabic word classification includes 3 categories: the particles, the nouns, and verbs. The first group are considered very small words, so they're a minimum of 1 letter to a maximum of 3. Actually, only a few of them reach to become 3-lettered words. They're basically 1 or 2 lettered. So they're really small words that don't have precise meaning. Actually, their meanings are decided by the words that they're attached to or by context. So for example, the wa, I think you're familiar with it. The wa, we usually translate it to and, but in Arabic it can also give the meaning with, according to context, for example. And the li also can be a preposition. It can be also another type of lam which expresses possession. It can have several meanings, and this is the thing with this group of words. So they don't have precise meanings. Opposite to them are the nouns and the verbs, which have concrete meanings, which is basically the root of these words. So once again, the root and pattern system, which is basically taking 3 letters, a minimum of 3 letters, which have an attached meaning to it in Arabic. So here the root darasa means to study or to learn. We'll take this root and attach extra letters to it, whether in the beginning or the middle or the end, and in many times change the marks of these letters and create new words. So from the root darasa meaning to study, we'll just change the signs on these letters to make it dars, becoming a lesson. A lesson is the subject to study or to learn from. Notice the sukoon in the middle of the root. When you see a sukoon as a middle letter, on the middle letter, this directly indicates a noun. Let's create another word by injecting an extra letter, an alif, to the middle, actually after the first letter, and changing the marks. So this word reads daris, the studier, the person who studies. Let's create a new word. This word reads dirasa, dirasa, a study or studying. This is a verbal noun here with an alif in the middle and the ta in the end. So you see, these are I'm giving you some ideas for the extra letters you can add. Another word, madrasa. Madrasa here meaning school. So we've attached not only a ta marbuta as the previous word to the end of the word, but also a mim at the beginning of it. So this mim indicates location, and this is a school, this is a place, the location of where you study. Another root, we'll look at the root sajada, which means to prostrate. So when you're praying, you prostrate to your Lord. This root, let's create a word from it. Okay, so here I've changed the marks on the letters and attached a ta in the end of it. This is of course a ta marbuta, and we created sajda, sajda. So this is also one prostration. This indicates the number, the single prostration. The other word, sajid, you notice the same thing being repeated. I'm adding an alif after the first letter, and the marks are the same as the previous root. It's sajid here, the one who prostrates. After it, sajjada, sajjada. This is where you prostrate on. It's a prayer rug. Okay, this is another form. And masjid. Masjid here is the mosque, the place where we pray. So you see it's once again in mim maftuha.